How's it going, everybody? Hope you guys are doing good. This is David from Clever Programmer, and today we are gonna be building the Slack MERN clone. So guys, today is going to be a bit of an intermediate level, and I'm trying to make it like a bridge between basic and the intermediate level. So if you are new, if you are a beginner at coding, this is for you. But if you try to figure out how to migrate data and your application from Firebase when you actually like graduate from Firebase, because you know we always say that first let's go always with Firebase, and once the functionality is not enough, then we recommend highly to go for MERN and stuff like that. So today I'm gonna be showing you guys how I actually transfer all these applications, and then later on we will work on stuff like completely MERN builds. And I see that we have lots of buffers and internet stuff going on. Let me quickly set up my monitor device here. So I see that some of you guys see that buffering every 3 seconds. That's actually strange. I'm pretty much like, oh my god. That doesn't sound good. Okay, let me quickly check it, but it should actually be good. For me, even YouTube says that stream health is pretty good. So let's quickly refresh on that. I mean, we should be good. I'm hardwired to the internet. That looks crazy. Okay. Please, what? Yeah, I'm watching the comments. Okay, I'm checking it. Okay. So the buffering is bad. Okay, let me quickly look at here, and I mean we are streaming it. Okay, I just turned off high definition, and I have a control. No. I am literally streaming in 1080p, 60 frames per sec. We should be good. I have it over here, and things are looking pretty good from here. Okay, the internet should be good. Internet should be good. My upload is crazy. Okay. Okay, so guys, welcome everybody who is joining in, who is new, guys, let me know if you're new to this channel, or if this is a MERN build that is kind of like a practice for you. Okay, it says it's okay now. All right, so then we should be good. Okay, let's go. How's it going, Rukia? What is up? So we should. Okay, everybody says it's good now. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right. So who is excited to build the MERN Slack clone today and put this thing on their portfolio and learn how to actually migrate your application from Firebase to a fully functional build? All right, let me know, guys. We are 182 strong. Oh my god, we are almost at 200. Okay, we are growing. We are at 82 likes, guys. I think before we even started, we can get this number up to 100. We should be good. Can you show a demo, please? Yes, I will in just a sec. Okay. I see the demand. Priyanshu wants an Asana clone. Okay. Hey Lucy, what's up here? Oh, that's so awesome. Really appreciate that. And guys, this is literally the mentality that will get you forward, that no matter how much work you got, you still come here and put in the work as always. All right. We got new people in the house. Welcome to the family. And all right, okay. And it's good on it. Okay, and perfect. How's it going, everybody? What is up, Nitin? Guys, we should be good. We really should be good. This is going 1080p next to me. Okay, I see Rukia is ready. All right. So, we are 200 people strong, and I think, guys, if you are ready, let me know in the chat first, but if you guys are ready, we can get started right now. I want to make it like a dynamic, a bit of a faster build. So buckle up, get your coffees, get your water ready. We will be learning a lot today. We will be transforming the working Slack clone, which was based on Firebase, and we will make it a fully functional MERN build. We are 205 concurrent viewers. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for being here with us. And guys, if you are getting value out of this channel, smash the like button so that we can get this and any other videos out. And we are 111 likes already. That's super cool, guys. Awesome. Okay. And okay, let me quickly check the comments, and I think we can get started. Yeah, that's literally the goal, what Rukia just pointed out right here. We are working on putting as much content out to you guys as possible. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So okay. That's exactly it. Like, really. Okay. So with that said, I think oh my god, we just got our first donation. Thank you so much, Wafi Mohammed. It's a lovely $2 donation. Thanks for the hard work and the great job, bro. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you, brother, that you're staying here and dropping these awesome donations. Okay. Hey, good morning. We are ready. Let's go, says Ferox. Awesome. We got super pumped Arjun in the house, and I think we can start getting it. Okay, guys, let me know in the chat who is ready to start rocking today, who is ready to build the MERN, what is it, Slack clone. Let me know. Okay, so with that said, oh, we got Nira in the house. What's up? So with that said, let's get straight into building today's build. Okay, so let me quickly go ahead and share my screen. We should be good. All right. So guys, if you're watching this, down below in the description there should be a hey, let's go there. That's it. All right, so we should be you guys should be able to see a link down below in the description. So this is the starter project for today, and let's go ahead and everybody go to this link. Over here there is the green button. That's what you want to click. Copy the link, and you can go ahead and close that. And what you need to do is first name your folder correctly, because if you're missing a couple of letters, that's just not Slack. So with that said, let's go ahead, open up a terminal, which I'm gonna zoom in so that you guys can actually see it. And we got this question. So what is MERN? MERN actually stands for MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js, which is the stack for today's build. Okay. All right. Guys, if you're dropping questions like, can you answer my questions? I probably will not be able to answer those because they are just not there, because they are way up. If you drop it a couple of times, I will make sure that I will answer it. And we just got our second donation by Shrey Raj. Thank you so much, brother, for staying here, and thank you so much for these lovely donations. Let's smash that like button, and we appreciate you, brother. So let's go. All right. So what I will be doing is pretty much go ahead and zoom into this terminal a bit. And what you guys can do is go ahead and clone it. But first, let's actually add a folder. I think we need to add a folder. Let's test it out. Are we going to do only backend stuff tonight? Yes, Shivangi, we are just going to be working with backend tonight. Okay, so I will just add a folder. There, and let's call it Slack. Whoops. Backend. Nice. And let's actually cd into that. And once I'm in there, I will literally go ahead and type in git clone and just paste the link that I got from GitHub. And Gupta asks if is Vue.js. I thought it's easier to learn. It's not Vue.js. We are not going to worry about front-end stuff today. We are just going to be transforming a working front-end application that was built by Sunny and Kazi back a couple of months ago. And we will turn that into a full stack build because that was a platform as a service plus a front-end build. So that was a pretty lightweight stuff. But today we are going to be taking it to the next level, and we are teaching these stuff to you guys so that you can go ahead and have this knowledge on your portfolio as well. And we are at a 230 concurrent viewers. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And let's actually get started. Okay. Let's go ahead and the other thing that I want to do today is actually oh my god, this wasn't even the back end which I cloned. So the front end was the actual package that we cloned from GitHub. So let's actually copy and delete this one and paste it in here. And because I created the backend folder, let's rename it back to backend. All right, so what we will do is, oh my god, we just got another lovely donation by DevTech. It's another 100 rupees. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. And thank you so much for all these lovely donations. And hey, we just got Atharva's donations as well. Thank you so much, Atharva. Really appreciate you too, brother. And great job, bro. And we want David Merchant. What? Really? Okay. We can look into that too. All right. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and open up a VS Code in this folder. So what I will do is just go up a folder and say code space dot. And that should bring up a VS Code. Here we go. So we have the backend folder, which is completely empty. And we got the starter project right here, which is actually a fully functioning React app. I'm serious about merch LOL by... Oh my god. Okay. So, by the way, yesterday's Telegram clone was cool with Paras. Oh my god. We are so happy for him to doing these lives. He is going to start coming on our YouTube channel, and that is going to be some serious stuff. Okay. Yeah, let's actually dive into this. So I will zoom into this as well. Hopefully. Okay, here we go. This actually might be a bit too much. And so what we will pretty much do is we have the front end ready working. What we will do is go over here and go up a folder, and let's actually go into the starter project so that we can go ahead and I always make typos today, I guess. So we can go ahead and say literally download everything, all the dependencies that we actually need for this front-end project to work. So we will just type in npm I, and Saad asks, is if there is any alternative for Mongoose. Yes, there actually is. I mean, you can literally go and connect directly to MongoDB, but I just don't recommend doing that because that's a lot more of a pain in the neck. So that's why we are using Mongoose. But let me know why you ask that and why you don't like Mongoose, and we can continue this conversation. Okay. Yeah, let's actually switch the screens back. So while this is doing the installing, we will go ahead and create our backend project as well. So let's actually go into our backend folder. And guys, let me know if you are excited for today's build and if you guys are pumped to transform the Slack clone to a fully functioning MERN project. So with that said, we will say npm init, and we will go ahead and, okay, we got the package name, version description, entry point should always be server.js, test command git, keywords author, Dr. MERN, perfect, and license, and there we go. We also need to go ahead and initialize the git version control. We have a video from a couple of weeks back. Check it out if you don't know what Git is and if you want to get started, because we literally teach you the best and the easiest way to learn how to use Git. All right. So with that said, let's actually initialize the Git version control. There we go. And the backend project will require the following dependencies. So we will, on the backend side, we will have Node.js, which is a JavaScript runtime. We will also have the Express.js, which we need to install separately. And that is actually gonna be the server-side JavaScript that we are gonna be using today. After, we will always also use MongoDB, which will be today's NoSQL database, which is super easy to set up. And then we will connect to MongoDB with, we will connect to the MongoDB with Mongoose. Okay, so let's actually go ahead and install all those stuff. We will go ahead and type in npm I mongoose express, and we will also use pusher to make the whole thing real time, and we will also install the course headers dependency. Okay, so that's gonna be pretty fast. And once we are done with that, we can go ahead and have the whole thing ready. Everybody says buffering again. I don't know why you guys say it. We should be good. Yeah, everything is good. Okay. So on that, let's go into our project. Don't worry about the front end stuff. Let's just close that thing up. And what we will do is open up the package.json, and inside of there, we will add in some cool stuff, which will enable us using ES6. And we will also add the auto start script. So we will say, inside of package.json that the type should be module. That will pretty much go ahead and enable us using importing instead of requiring. And we will also add the start script, which is going to be responsible to start the actual application once it is deployed to a server. Yeah, the live is cool. All right. Let's actually go ahead and save it. We will also add the server.js file. There we go. And once we are done with that, let's actually import everything that we will need today as a dependency. Of course, we are going to be needing the Express. We will need Mongoose. We will need the course headers, and we will also import Pusher. Now, next up, let's just jot down how the application is gonna look like. Here it's okay. Wonderful Word says here it's okay, not buffering. I'm glad it's not buffering. And guys, let's actually go ahead and get the energy up. Smash the like button if you're excited for today's build. Stretch out, get yourself a coffee, get yourself a water, because this 1.5 hour left that we have is going to be epic and intense, and we are gonna be just I'm gonna be focusing on dropping as much value to guys as possible. I will focus on more like the overall oversight and how you should be thinking before making some kind of transitions, because if you just learn how to do it, you will not be able to manage it. So I will try to address that side of the project as well. So smash the like button, guys, if you're ready, and if you want to go ahead and up your freelancing skills by, like, I don't know, 30% at least, and raise your and raise what you can charge. So let's go ahead, smash the like button, get this video out there to everybody that it's possible, and let's continue. Okay, so inside of here, what we will first do is just pretty much outline the app. So we will have the app config, then we will also have some middlewares. We will also have some kind of DB config. Hey, Mahi City says let's go. Yes, exactly. And we will also have some API routes, and of course our application needs to listen to what we try to reach, or what we try to do with it, right? Okay, so with that done, let's go ahead and create our application instance. That will pretty much consist of 2 declarations, and what we will do is just pop these 2 in, and the first one is pretty much creating the application instance, and the second one is going to define what the port will be. By the way, the mic is crisp. Okay, sounds good. Okay, just use body parser anymore because Express has built in now Express JSON. Yes, we will actually use that. Let's actually add those 2 today, or right now. Okay, so Arafat says let's rock and roll. Exactly, yes. So let's actually go ahead and add those middlewares that we were talking about. One of them being the Express JSON, which is the built-in JSON parser. The other one is the course headers. Now, next up, what we will do is not worry about any of the DB stuff. First, let's actually create our API, the health check API route. This will only say yo. So, I mean, we can say let's build. Oops. Okay. Let's say hello, clever programmer fam, and a rocket. So guys, that will be retrieved by this application. So if you guys go ahead and call this API using the get method on the on the root. So guys, if you're with me that you have all the stuff that I was just talking about, if you have this on your computer, it's a pretty good time to start. So let's actually go ahead and continue. So let's go ahead and add the listening part, which will pretty much go ahead and do that stuff. And let me actually quickly get rid of all these other unnecessary noises. Oops. Okay, that was the problem. All right, now what we will do next up is pretty much we can go ahead and test it out. I will teach you guys something new stuff, because today is actually a bit of the next level, right? So I'm gonna try to not use Postman too much. It's actually an awesome tool, but I will introduce today that that is a bit faster than trying Postman every single time for every API. And if it's just a GET API, I highly recommend using the terminal. So we will focus on that a bit. So what we will do is go ahead and this is okay. This is front end. Let's move that up here, and this is gonna be the back end. So what we will do, let's actually start up our backend server. That will pretty much go ahead and whoops, there is something going on already. Oh, and I'm not even showing my screen. But this so there is some stuff going on. Let's actually go ahead and debug that. So we have the ESM module is experimental, throw error. Okay, so the 9000 port is already in use. Let's actually use 8000 instead. I mean, it might. Okay, we didn't even need the debug mode, but that's okay. So now my lights are not changing back. Okay. So with that said, we still have 155 people in house. So guys, let's actually get everybody working and let's start doing doing today's build. So what I will just pretty much do is type in curl and say local host. Oops, local host and 8000, and that will pretty much just make the request for me. It's kind of like making a get get call. So there we go. There we got our answer, and that's it. So let's go ahead and actually start connecting to our database. But before that, let's actually set up our database. Okay, so today today's steps are gonna be setting up our database, connecting, then creating the API routes and defining schema, and that will pretty much be the backend build for today. Afterwards, we will go ahead and connect it to the front end that was built by Sunny. So without further ado, let's go. Yes, curl. Okay, so let's go ahead and go to mongodb.com. And I don't need this YouTube going. So we should be pretty good. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and sign into MongoDB. What we will do is, if you don't have an account, you can go ahead and create one for free. And if you have it, just obviously just log in and that will do the work for you. Okay. So you guys say that it's buffering a bit. That's interesting. Shouldn't. So let's go ahead and go here, click new project, and say how, like, literally give it a name, however you want to call this. Okay, everybody says it is buffering. Let me check it out quickly. It's actually not buffering. It's working perfectly. Okay. So with that, let's add the name of Slack Live MERN and let's continue. Next up, I'm not gonna be working with anybody today, so I will just go ahead and create a project without adding any members or setting any permissions. First up, we will pretty much go ahead and create our cluster. We will use the free one. Let's go ahead and click all the oh my god. Okay, palm trees. All right, I hate these actually. Let's verify. Okay, cool. I'm not a robot. That's nice. And okay, guys, I'm gonna turn off high definition so that you guys can actually yeah, there is a problem with transmission. Okay, I just turned off high definition. Guys, you should be able to see it now working perfectly. We shouldn't be receiving any more buffering. Okay, we should be good. Seems good now. It's not buffering. Okay, okay. I just keep high definition off and that will be it. And contact my provider, I guess. So what we will do is go ahead and hit database access, add a new database user, and we got Malika in the house with a lovely 20 rupees donation. Thank you so much. We appreciate you a lot. And thank you so much for staying around and being on all our live streams. And actually she has a tiny bit of contribution to today's build. She helped me a bit on today on preparing with the Slack clone. So huge shout out, and let's continue. Let's go ahead and add the user, which will be admin, and just go ahead, auto generate a password and copy it, or make sure that you guys save it somewhere safe. Oops. And let's go ahead and add that user, because you will never ever be able to retrieve that same password. Now, with that said, next up, what we will do, and what I don't recommend you to do in production environment, because because it's just not production friendly, we will allow access from all the IP addresses. Why I say it's not recommended is pretty much that we can go ahead and anybody can hack into that database, and that will be it. So this was a huge disclaimer. It's just for teaching purposes. I'm actually preparing with some kind of security related live stream, and the security related knowledge is just it's just for the sake of speed. Okay, so let's continue, and let's add network access, add IP address, and this is the do not do, confirm. And we will actually make a security related video where we will go ahead and secure everything on one project, and it will be just unable to hack into. Okay. Thank you so much, Sagar. Keep the energy high, and thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Let's continue. All right. So now we have our database set up. Let's go back to clusters. Let's go to connect and hit the button in the center, which says connect your application. Hit that copy. That will go ahead and get it to on your, clipboard. And let's go ahead and add a new const, which will be Mongo URI. And let's add it in here. And inside of here, we will actually need to paste the password that we had. I'm using off-red, so I don't need to worry about any of this stuff. I have actually 3 months of clipboard history at my hand. So, okay, yes. Okay, yeah, definitely we will prepare for that, and we will do a security streams. Okay. All right, so next up, what we will do is go ahead and say Mongoose connect, and we will pass in the Mongoose URI, which we just added and haven't configured fully because the DB name is actually left just like that, which is not cool. So what we will do is just type in Slack DB. Okay, we will actually, guys, I have a better idea. If you guys have any kind of security related requests or whatever we should be talking about, it's a good stuff that you are putting it in the chat. Let's do it too. But this is my Instagram account, and everybody, okay, and everybody go ahead and drop a message here. And actually, you can go ahead and request projects, because we want to give you guys the value that you guys actually need and you guys actually want to put on your portfolio. So this is my Instagram, and drop me a message what you guys want to build and what you guys want presentations on, so that we can go ahead and give you guys the value that we need, that you guys actually need. And guys, please keep the chat clean. We do not tolerate spamming. So we are here for learning. Everybody is here to have a great time. So please keep it clean, and I will remove this comment. Okay. So with that said, let's continue. And what we will do is pretty much, let's check out if our database connection is working perfectly, and let's actually go ahead and say mongoose.connection and mongoose connection. Once open, we want to go ahead and just console log db connected. Let's not worry about anything else. So TeamViewer is using sure, yeah, drop it in my Instagram. Cool. So next up, what we will do is set up all the all right, that's exactly it. We want to give you guys whatever you guys need. So let's actually go ahead and request stuff. All right, when Twitch MERN clone, it actually needs a tiny bit of adjusting. It's actually in the pipe, so stay tuned for that. And we got Priyanshu in the house, so everybody who is spamming the chat is gonna be banned. All right, let's continue. We have 167 people in the house. Let's go, guys. All right, so first API that we will actually build is not gonna be the API. Instead, we will fix the error that I just made, which is not closing one of the brands. Okay, so first up, we would just go ahead and do the schema for our DB, and we're just gonna call it Mongo data. Hey, Mongo data.js. Nice. That's gonna be just a regular JS file, and inside of there, we will go ahead and import import mongoose from mongoose. Of course, we will go ahead and create a new mongoose schema, right? And that will be pretty much it. And we also gonna go ahead and add all these fields inside of there so that we can actually validate what kind of data comes in here, and whatever that is just not related to our build is just gonna be removed or omitted. So this pretty much, oh, thank you so much. That's the goal. That's literally the goal. So what we will do is go ahead and okay, so this actually needs a little explanation. So if we go to the Firebase project of Sunny's build, I'm gonna bring it just next here. So what you can see here, guys, is, let's go back in here. So this is the exact same database that Sunny built back in a couple of months ago. So we see that there is a collection which is called rooms. Inside of there are all these rooms, which I was just playing around. We have a sample one, we have general, we also PWJ awesome, and we have a test, all these random stuff. And inside of there, we have the messages, okay? And every single message is another document. So that will pretty much be how it looked like. Now, what we will do is say we got the channel name, which is gonna be this one, right? So this is gonna be the name, okay? So Profit with JavaScript is the name, and it's actually inside of rooms, which is gonna be the collection, or actually the, yeah, it's gonna be the collection where we store all these stuff. Now, because actually Firestore, so Firestore is a hybrid between SQL and NoSQL databases. It can have multiple collections nested into each other. But because today we are going to be only working with NoSQL, we will mimic that thing with arrays and objects. Okay, so think of collections like arrays and objects like documents. Okay, I hope it actually made sense. This is the first time I'm actually explaining it like this. Let me know down there. Let me know in the chat if it was clear and why we do what we do. So what we will do is have the collection which will contain all our conversations and all our channels, and all of them will have a name and will contain a conversation which actually can be named to messages, but for just the sake of simplicity, we will go with conversation. And inside of there, every single object is gonna be one message. Okay, so it will of course it will have a message, which will be a string. We'll have a timestamp, a user, which will actually stand for the username, and we will have the user image as well. Now, so let's go ahead and say export this thing, and what we will do is export default Mongoose model, and inside of there this is what creates the collection where we will store everything, and that is going to be defined with the select schema that we just created up here. All right, so I hope it was actually clear, and let's actually continue. We have 154 people in the house. Let's go, guys, let's go. Next up, what we will do is go ahead and import this, what we just built. And that will be just as simple as a single line of code. We will import it as Mongo data, and we will just go ahead and import a Mongo.js file. David, are you seeing the chat? Who would I talk to if I ran into an issue? Drop me a message on my Instagram, okay? Drop me a message. Yeah, and let's actually continue. So next up, what we would do is start creating all our all the API endpoints that we will use today. So first things first, we will need to create new channels. Inside of those new channels, we will need to send messages. We will need to retrieve only the channels to the sidebar, and we will need to retrieve all the messages to the chat view, right? So actually, this is going to be 4 APIs, and we can actually get started building that thing. Let's go back to our screen. And the first API that we will say, or that we will create, is going to be the channel creator one. And what we will do is just say app.post. And inside of there, we will have a new /channel. And that will fire off a function which has a request and a response parameter, which will go ahead and create our channel for us. Now, because we will be passing in the channel name inside of the request body, we will need to first store it in a database. Not database, in a variable. It's been a long day. Let's not talk about it. So what we will do is go ahead and say whatever we get from the request body, we want to save it to a const, which will be the DB data. Now, we want to go ahead and use that DB data to create a new document inside of the Mongo data, right? So that is going to be used for that. And inside of there, we will just do a bit of an error handling, and that will be just a simple if gate. And if we are receiving an error, TeamSip is like a very good mug of coffee at 1 a.m. That is exactly the goal. That right there is exactly the goal. Okay. That's actually funny. I'm gonna save that. Okay. Boom. Here we go. And so next, let's continue. And we just handled our error. And one API is... Oh. How did I put that? Oh my God. Okay. So I messed up a bit the code. And you don't want to put it to the Mongoose connection. Instead, you want to put them here. So what we will do, after we save the request body, we want to go ahead and go mongo data.create. And exactly, Priyanshu. Yeah, that's it. Mongo data.create, and we will pass in the DB data. And if there is an error, we will go ahead and set the response status to 500. And we will send the error back. And if everything is cool, we will go ahead and say 201, which means in server language, everything is okay. The new document is created. Now, next up, what we will do is go ahead and add the new message inside of there. Where's Team CP now? Some of them are in Los Angeles, some of them are in the Philippines, some of them are in the UK. I'm here on YouTube. So yeah. Okay, and let's go ahead and actually continue on working. And next API that we will build is going to be the new message one. So app.post/new/message, which will go ahead and fire off a request response function. And what we will do is we will actually need to save two variables, and the two of them is going to be, one is going to be the ID, which will be the document ID, so that we can go ahead and identify which conversation do we want to push our new message into. Why is my chair not working? And the other one is going to be the new message, right? So we will obviously, because we are sending a message, obviously we're going to go ahead and save it, right? So this is going to be the juicier part of this API, because we're going to go ahead and first things first, we need to close all the brackets. All right, so there's no joke there. But next up, what we will do, and I'm going to type this thing out, is that we will say Mongo data, and we will not create, instead we will update. Okay, so let's go ahead and say update. And what we will do inside of there, so first we need to filter which conversation do we want to add the new stuff into. Next, we will push the new data into the conversation that we have in there in that document. And next thing is going to be the error handling. All right, let's go ahead and do that. So first thing first, let's filter that out, and let's say ID is going to be the ID. And guys, actually, I want to highlight this, that MongoDB, okay, I was pressing the wrong combination. So MongoDB is actually storing the IDs with an underscore, all right? So let's actually go ahead and say ID. So everybody should see that there is that underscore that I was talking about. Okay. So let's go ahead and, okay, cool. So with that, this ID is actually going to be the ID that we just passed in as a query from the URL. And next up, what we will do is going to go ahead and say push. Why did that $sign become 4? So we will say push, because of course we need to push that new message in there, but we will push it into the conversation, right? So conversation, and that's where the new message goes. All clear? Let me know in the chat if it is clear. All right, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and answer all the messages that I got in my inbox today. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. And the only thing for this API is gonna be the error handling. So let's actually do that. Let's do it as back. Welcome to the house. Let's go and continue. So what we will do is just the only thing left is the error handling, and that will be pretty much it. And there is some kind of error, which is, I think, not closing something or some. Okay, so I left out a colon after push. Okay. It's crystal clear, David. What? Those comments are getting strange. Guys, what is going on in there? Okay, diamond clear, crystal. Oh my, okay. Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay. You guys having some kind of different kind of conversation. You should be paying attention to me. So let's go ahead and retrieve all the channel names, right? So we will go ahead and retrieve everything, but we will filter out only the necessary data. This is actually an easier step of security, or it's more like confidentiality and all that stuff. but we will go ahead and go over all these principles. Okay, so what we will do quickly is say we will filter out all the channel names, and just those are gonna be retrieved back to the front end. Okay, let's continue. All right, so so first things first, what we will do is definitely it will be a get API. So let's actually add that new thing in here. And what we will say is that inside of there, we will go ahead and find everything that we find in the database. All right. We will also start doing it with our usual error handling. So I'm just going to pop it in. So, oh my God, it's freaking out. Of course, because the indentation and all that stuff is not working out. All right. So what we will do is we have the Mongo data.find. We are not giving any simple or any single kind of filtering. We'll just go ahead and retrieve everything, and let's see. So if there is an error, we're going to handle it, of course. And let's actually add in the new stuff. So let's create an array, and that array is going to be retrieved. Okay. So is this JavaScript in Visual Studio? It's actually a VS Code, and I'm trying to find an alternative. Let's not talk about it. So this is going to be the array that I'm going to be sending back to the front end. Next up, what I will do is that you see that we are getting the data back. Okay. So I'm going to loop through that thing and going to grab out the ID and the channel name, right? Yes. So what I would say is say data.map and I will be getting back some kind of channel data, right? So every channel data, I'm going to be grabbing out just the ID and the channel name. I only need those two for the side. Yeah, I'm thinking of WebStorm as well. So the only thing I'm going to need for the sidebar is the ID and the channel name. Okay. So let's actually map those out and get those things out. And for that, we will actually go ahead and create a new object. Okay. And this is what we will be passing into. So we will be pushing this. So say channels.push. And we will go ahead and add the channel, not data, channel info. Okay. This is literally what we will need for that thing. So guys, if you are with me, if you almost have your third API route ready, smash the like button and let me know if you're getting value out of this video, or I should just shut down this stream because nobody's actually watching. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this, and if this is something that you want to learn, or if this is something that you are actually interested in, because I am very much relying on your feedback, okay, so that I can improve all these stuff. Which screen are you coding and watching comments? So this is the one that I am watching the comments, and this is the one that I'm actually sharing with you guys, and that's my camera. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue, and what we will say is we will go back and send back the channels outside of that loop, and that will be pretty much it. The third API route is gonna be it. And I think I have forgotten to close some stuff, so let's actually do that. Pretty much it. That's all. Okay. So what we will do all right, so we were actually just talking about that React Native is on the way, so yeah, stay pumped for that. Okay, what we will do next is the last and the only the last API route that we will use today, and that will be just a simple, we will retrieve everything back, and that will be pretty much it. So we will say app.get get conversation, and we will save the query ID, which we will be passing on so that we know which conversation are we actually in. Okay, so remember, if you guys have done Sunny's build with the Slack clone, we were using something called the React router, and that actually makes the request, and that ID is going to be passed into this request, which we will be filtering the data based on. So this is the filter, again, the underscore ID, and that's it. And next up, what we will do is go ahead and sure, let's do it. And what we will do is just pretty much do the usual error handling. Now, what we will next up do, because our backend is pretty much done. So that was the backend build for today. Now we're gonna go ahead and detach Firebase and attach this backend and make the whole thing fully, real time, okay? So let me know, guys, who is pumped for that, who is ready to make this or finish this build in just half an hour. I think we can do this in just half an hour. We are gonna be super fast today, okay? And we will actually bring new stuff to the channel very, very soon. So guys, drop some fire in the chat. Let me know who is excited and who is pumped, and let's continue. So what we will do is go into the front end project, and and what we will do is go into source, and the files that we will need is gonna be the chat input and sidebar, the other sidebar thing. So let's open up the chat. Let's open our chat input. We will also need the sidebar option, and we will also need, okay, I see all the fire coming in. Hey, let's go. That's it. Okay, nice. More fire. Okay, we got Sam in the house. All right, let's go. So what we will do is say all these db.collection and all these Firebase stuff. This is awesome stuff, but we're just gonna get rid of it today. And yeah. All right, so what we will next up do is, we don't even need this one, and we will grab the sidebar.js file. So first thing first, I think the easiest one is gonna be just retrieving the sidebar data and whatever we are gonna be adding to the sidebar.js. Yes. And what we will do is, let's actually go ahead and fire this project up. So I'll say npm start over here. So this is probably going to be freaking out. And let's actually first fix that. Okay. So we are getting all the fire and love in the chat. That's nice. And actually something, okay, so it's starting development server. That's good. And I'm just gonna grab the whole thing to a whole new page. So, okay, I think it's building or something. It's taking very, very long. Okay, and let's actually put this user on timeout. Thank you for being here. And while we will, okay, so let's actually wait a bit while this development server is starting up. I don't know what's freaking out, by the way. And Rukia asks if we are going to be using router or browser router, and nope. I mean, it's already built by Sunny, so we're not going to be focusing on it. And we got the Slack clone over here. We're just going to go ahead, sign in with Google. And let's actually go ahead and do that pretty quickly. Great content in the house and YouTube MERN possible. I mean, we can totally do that. Okay, I'll look into that and we can do that. Okay, so if I go in here, it's now obviously okay. What is going on in here? Okay, sample. I think everybody uses my my credentials, so okay. Keep it clean, guys. Probably I made a mistake by not removing all the API keys, so you can just go ahead and we can have some conversation in here while we are detaching. So let's actually go ahead, and what we will do is change this part, and this is not gonna be pulled into the in from Firestore anymore. Instead, we will be pulling it in from MongoDB. All right, so let me know if you're excited for that, and let's drop some fire and let's go. So what we will do is let's first actually just comment this part out, and instead of just starting with Axios and all that stuff, let's add the Axios as a dependency. So let's go ahead and say npm I and Axios, and that will pretty much go ahead. And are you going to publish this app on Google Store? I don't think so. Okay, stream froze, buffering. Try to refresh it. High definition is off, so guys, it should be perfect. Okay, see all the fires coming in. Nice. Okay, so we have the Axios installed, and let's actually go ahead and add a new file, which we will call axios.js. And what we will say in here is we will import Axios from Axios, and then we will just pretty much go ahead and create a new instance, okay, which will be an axios.create. Nice. And inside of there, what we will be passing on is just the base URL. Okay, so the base URL is, of course, it's gonna be http://localhost and 8000, and my emoji app is going crazy. Bum. And yeah, any plan for meetup? I mean, once this Corona stuff is over, as far as I know, we are gonna be doing live events, so stay tuned for that. Okay. Let's continue. So what we will do next up is just go ahead and export it. So we will be using default exporting. So however we want to, we can import it on the other side. So instance, that's it. And yeah, my stream is going cool on the other side. All right, we should be good. Okay, so our Axios instance is ready, and we just got this question from Ferox, why we use Axios, and the reason for that is Axios is actually converting the response immediately to JSON, and we don't have to deal with all the other headache stuff, and it's just a lot more professional, and it's just a better thing to use. Okay, I actually raised my volume a bit so you guys can hear me more clearly. So that's pretty much the reason why we use Axios and not fetch and all that stuff. And as far as I know, Node.js doesn't even support fetch. You need to import that with another package, so it's a bit messy. So let's go ahead and say let's go back. Let's close axios.js up. We will not use it anymore. And inside of here, we're gonna go ahead and pretty much just import that, and that's pretty much it. And the one thing we will do is create a new function which we will be using to render out all this stuff. So we will create a get channel list which is going to be an axios.get, and we will go to the get channel list endpoint, and I think that's not the correct yes it is. Okay, so we will go ahead and grab the channel list, and then the response will be so the response data is going to be set as the channels. So that's pretty much what we will do here for now, and we don't even have to worry about any of these stuff down here because these are just compatible because we designed it that way. So next up, what we will do is say, instead of the use effect and all the Firebase stuff, we really appreciate you, Sonny brother, but we are just not going to be using Firebase today. And instead, we will just call this function. That will pretty much go ahead and do our stuff. And of course, this is where our real-time stuff will come in. So let's not worry about that. That's going to be the last one, and we will be just adding it like super fast. Okay, so next up, what we will do is go to sidebar option, and here we also see this one, which we can go ahead and get rid of. And what we will pretty much replace it with is another 3-line code, or actually 2-line code. We will actually add the channel name as the channel name, of course, because that's how we defined it, and that's how we will accept it. And we will go and say Axios post new channel, and that will pretty much go ahead and create a channel for us. Okay, so next up, what we will do, and guys, let's actually get this energy up. I see, okay, I see a couple of you say the live is froze. I don't think it actually is froze. I'm watching it right here and it's working. So let's go ahead and say, okay, now YouTube is freaking out and saying the bitrate is not enough, but we should actually be good. Okay, I think even my internet, no, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, let's continue. Guys, get the energy up, smash the like button if you're getting value out of this video, and if you are enjoying this speedy build. We really want to show you guys that this can be done in just a matter of like 1 hour or 1.5. I mean, with all the talking, it's of course it's more than an hour, but without all these, it's definite. And I actually see all the messages coming in. And without all this talking, it's actually a lot faster. So guys, the reason being is today the title actually includes the word intermediate, because we are not really testing, and we're just gonna be we're just gonna be debugging everything at the end if there is anything to debug. And yeah, so we are just gonna, I'm trying to teach you guys that this actually can be done super fast. Okay, and Shiwangi asked if I have a personal YouTube channel. Not yet. Should I create one? Okay, and the build is going like it. That's exactly what today is about. We are speeding up, and we are gonna be bringing some new stuff very shortly. So stay tuned for that, guys, and let's actually go. Okay, from Teams, not only coding but also how to speak in English stylish. If you're learning English from it, that might not be the best idea. But actually, I'm glad that you are getting like double times the value. So that's awesome. Okay. Okay. Brax asks, what are we doing here? So brother, I think you're new here. But we are doing is pretty much Sonny, who is an awesome team member of Clever Programmer, has built a Slack clone back, I think in August or July, and that was actually using React and Firebase. So it was a front-end only plus a platform as a service, and that was built by them. And today I am taking it to the next level by removing Firebase and actually adding a complete backend to it. So if you actually enjoy, if this actually sounds like interesting to you, I highly recommend first go ahead and watch Sunny's video on the front end build. And then next up, come back here and watch this one. This is actually going to be a much shorter than the other one. So altogether it's going to be like around 5.5 hours, okay? But then you will actually have a front end with a platform as a service build on your portfolio, which will be using real-time database, and you will have a MERN stack application on your portfolio, and you will be able to show these two off and show the differences and all that stuff, so that you are you will be super easily getting a job in 2020, which is actually one of our goals, that in this year we want to help 5,000 people to get jobs as developers. So if you happen to get a job using one of the using the knowledge that we share on this YouTube channel, let's drop it in the chat, okay? And one more question I'm gonna answer is, which language is the best for programming? JavaScript, of course. Okay, maybe Swift on the side, but these two. Okay, next up. Cool, got you. I'm down for a job in Corona times. That's it. That's literally it. That's the mindset. Just put in the work and that's it. Okay. Okay, and let's actually continue. Smash the like button, guys, if you're getting value out of this video, and let's continue. So what we will do next up is, because we have the add channel functionality, yeah, we can pretty much, I think, omit this file, and let's go into chat input. But actually, let's go into chat. And so guys, you probably see that this is like a lot of code. We don't like a lot of code. We like simple, shorter codes, and we want to help our front-end developers as back-end developers, so that they don't have to work that much and they can focus on the creative stuff on and the great UX. So we want to help them by just reducing their whole coding stuff to 3 lines. Okay, like this. Actually 4. Okay, so I messed something up here. Okay, so this is the code that we will be using instead of all these. And let's actually, don't even worry about all these Firebase things. These are awesome, but this is just a lot of work to go with. So guys, as backend developers, your goal is always to help the front end one. What hair conditioner do you use? Nothing, dude. I just watch it. So as backend developers, you want to go ahead and help the help the front end guys, so that they will have the more focus on making the product super crisp and awesome looking, instead of worrying about all these API calls. So what we will do is say Axios get and get the conversation for that specific room, right? So this is the query that we are adding at the end. And then from the response, we will go ahead and grab the data, and the first, which is 0 in programming, YouTube channel of Club Programmer. Don't worry about books. Okay, so from the response, inside of the data, you want to go ahead and grab the first object, and you want to grab the channel name for setting the room details. That will go ahead and set on the top and down in the bottom, everything for us. And next up, what we will do is set room messages to the conversation. It's freaking out because we haven't imported Axios. Now let's do that very quickly. So we will just go ahead and say import Axios from Axios, and that will pretty much solve our problems, hopefully. Maybe not. Let's check it out. Okay, it's oh, it's from the sidebar option. So we can go ahead and copy this one and drop it in here. Boom. Let's see if I forgot it from somewhere else. So we will go ahead, sign in. Let's go ahead and actually, guys, we should be seeing all the empty stuff because I actually haven't added anything. But let's actually keep it this way. And once we actually add everything, you will see that this is like super crisp and super fast. Okay, so let's leave it like this for now. If you want to go ahead and test everything out. Like the add channel should be working. So yeah, and we also have the everything ready. I mean, this is where all the channels should be showing up, but because we don't have any of those channels, we're just not going to be worrying about those for now. What did you use for designing with Gooooo? Actually, it's still Firebase. So the amount of headache that you would get to work with like passport.js and all that stuff is just not worth it. We will definitely do a video on that, but that's gonna be like not a full project because that's just too much. So that's why we are using authentication with the Firebase, and also because today's topic is how to abandon Firebase if it's not enough for you. The authentication is always going to be enough. So there's just not going to be any better option than Firebase's authentication. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back in here. And what we will pretty much do and go ahead and do is actually get this request into a function, and that will pretty much go ahead and we just gonna go ahead and grab this out of here and put it out here so that we can call it from inside, and you guys will see very soon why is it important. And Polok asks, what is Git? I highly recommend you go ahead and watch the video that I did with Amanat, another team member of Clever Programmer, and we did an awesome how to begin with or Git 101 sort of video with 2 recommendations, what is the whole thing and how to start using it as a developer and all that stuff. Hi Captain Cool. So let's go back in here and let's continue. So this is where all the real-time stuff is gonna go. Real-time stuff, and we will actually go ahead and not today, but later on, we will drop a video on how to make your app like super optimized that it doesn't even use any kind of resource. Okay, so last but not least, I think we have the chat input left to do. Yes, that is correct. Let's remove that thing. And ooh, somebody says I'm muted. I shouldn't be. Am I? Guys, I shouldn't be muted. No, I'm not muted. Definitely not muted. So, Clever Programmer, what's more difficult, backend or frontend? It depends which one do you like. For me, it's frontend because I just don't like to mess around with all the CSS stuff, but okay. Oh, okay. There is some other conversation going on. I'm just gonna ignore that for now. Okay, so inside of chat.js, what we will do is get the, we will go to chat input and we will actually create the post request, and we will not have it out in other function. Let's just not worry about that. And what we will do is just say Axios post new message, and we will need to pass in the channel ID, right? Because that's how the backend determines where to push that new message. And oh yeah, okay. And what we will do is say create the message, and that's going to be the input. And we will say the timestamp is going to be a day.now, which is going to be super simple. And we also have the user, which will be the user.display name, which we are actually grabbing from the React Context API. And guys, if you don't know what this React Context API is, I highly recommend going back and watching Sonny's video on this Slack clone. He does an awesome job explaining it. I'm just not gonna go into that because that will be too much. Okay, so let's go, and because we just added everything, we should be good to go. Let's go ahead and test this out. Of course, it's not because we haven't imported Axios. So import Axios from Axios. That's it. Yeah, we will build an admin panel later on. We can definitely do that. Okay, drop me a message on Instagram and we can totally do that. Okay. So we just imported Axios. That should have got this done. Let's test this thing out. And let's see what we got. So we should be able to create a new channel, which will be YouTube. Okay, nothing happens. That's completely fine. That's completely fine. Why is it completely fine? Because it's still not real time yet. But we will go ahead and refresh it, and we should be seeing it popping up on the left hand side. So private chat room, Club Programmer. If we want to make a private chat room user to your can you make it with the same method as with channels? Yes, you can definitely do that. I think I will actually create another one which will include that. Okay, let's go ahead and sign in. And there we go. We have our channel on the left hand side. Guys, drop a comment if you are here with me, if you have that channel functionality working, both retrieving and both adding a new channel. Let me know if you're following and if you're with me and if you're enjoying this, and smash the like button if you are getting video out or value out of this video. Okay, almost got that word order. And let's go ahead and select that. And okay, so for some reason it's not updating up here, neither down below. Let's actually go ahead and address that, and let's see what is happening. Okay, so it actually is freaking out because there is still the wrong address going on in here. Boom. So let's say here we go, and let's go ahead, sign in. Oh, request should be 8,000. Maybe I have messed it up in my Axios.js. No, I haven't. It's 8,000. Should be good. Okay. There we go. And let's go into YouTube. Okay, so it's freaking out for some reason. No worries. We will address that in just a minute. So let's actually debug whatever is happening. Yes, it is going to be posted on YouTube. So what we will do is quickly go into chat.js, and let's actually realize that there were more data stored into room details. So that's why it is freaking out for now. But let's remove all this stuff, and we will actually be fine with that. And let's actually remove it from here so that we are not passing in the wrong kind of data. So right now, room details.name is undefined because of course it is undefined, right? So we are only grabbing the channel name to the room details, no key and all that stuff, and no ID and all that stuff. So let's test that thing out, and I think it should have made corrected that mistake, and yes, it has. So guys, down below there is YouTube, and up above there is YouTube as well. So smash the like button if you are here with me, and if you have this thing working to the point where I'm at, and let's actually continue. Okay, boom. So we should be good. All right, we got so much fire going on in the chat section. That's awesome. Okay, and what I will do is say, next up, I am gonna test out the message sending functionality. So let's go ahead and say, hey guys, whoops, hey guys, and add some fire. Boom. And we should be able to see it once we refresh. Okay, sign in with Google. Okay, here we go. And what? Okay, so it's freaking out. No problem, no problem. No debug mode for this. So what is happening is that the timestamp is not in the correct format. Not a problem. We can fix it like super quickly in a message.js file. Let's actually go ahead and go into message.js. So this is the line of code which is freaking out. And what I think the problem could be is, so we will need to say parse int first to timestamp, and we will at the parse int, we will remove the question mark, the optional chaining and all that, and we don't need the to date either. And I think this should be able to make the app work. So let's sign in again. We still have 140 people. Let's drop some fire. Let's smash that like button. We are at 278 likes. That is super awesome. That is super cool. And let me know, guys, if you're actually enjoying it, and smash the like button. And let's actually get this thing up to 300. We are so close. We are very close. So let's get it up there. And let's show this video out there to everybody all over YouTube. So we are at 280. Let's go ahead and let's actually push that number up to 300. Okay, let's go. So we are 284. Let's continue growing that number. So with that said, let's go ahead and log in. Here we go. Okay, and we got the date back normally, image, we have the message, we have my name. So that is all. And we have Kazi on the left hand side. Sorry, Kazi, I'm gonna remove you from there, and everybody who has logged in, their name is going to be showing up there. So we will go into sidebar.js, and I think it's actually hard coded. And there is this typo, not a problem. So instead of Kazi, we will say user.display name, and I think it's going to be freaking out because we don't have a user imported. So we will say up here, we're just gonna go ahead and get the user from React Context API, and we can just do that super simply. Now I think that actually solved the problem. The use state value is not imported, not a problem. We're just gonna go ahead and do this. And I think here we go. Johnny Wani says, hey yo, this channel is lit. That's it. Let's go. All right. Next up, let's sign in. And let's see what we got. So logging in. Hey, nice. Okay, we got the name changed. So we have the send, we have all the functionality, right, that we needed to work on the back end. Time to make the thing real time, and that will be pretty much it for today. So let's go to pusher.com and let's actually go ahead sign in. If you guys don't have an account, you can go ahead and sign up. It's completely free with a couple of restrictions, but don't worry about that. We have never reached those. And let's go ahead, create our app, use US3 and West. So the front end is gonna be a React. It's as in React Native, but nope. We will use Node.js on the back end. Hey, Alexandra's in the house, nice. And so we just selected our languages. Exactly, that is our goal, to make this channel as informative as possible. So yeah, huge shout out and thanks. And what we will do is actually scroll down here to the back end, because that's so much easier to set up. And let's go back to our server.js file, go up here to app config and just paste it in here. Okay, Psychocoder asks if there is a alternative for pusher, and probably there is, but it's just super simple to set up and super easy to use, and probably is one of the most popular. And I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, oh, there is Socket.io, and yes, there is Socket.io, but there's just a pain in the neck. So I was like, yeah, let's do the easy one and the powerful one, because that actually saves time for me with preparing and for you when you're working with clients, right? So the more, so actually it's time is money, right? Let's put a price tag on every hour you spend, and you will understand it's super fast, okay? And the faster you work, the more jobs you can do, the more money you can earn. Simple as that. So that is the reason why we use pusher. So let's actually change the encrypted to use TLS, because for some reason encrypted is deprecated, and we are going to be using the TLS one. And let's rename the let's remove the var, and we will say we will say const instead. You got it, brother. The psychocoder. Okay, and next up, what we will do is we're gonna go ahead and set up our change stream. And what we will do is go ahead and set up the change stream, which is literally a super nice way by Mongoose that we can go ahead and watch all these collections. So what we do is create a change stream, which is gonna be watching the Mongoose collection. So the collection of the Mongoose connection, which is actually conversations, and it's gonna go ahead and watch it. And once there is something going on, we can pretty much go ahead and say, ooh, caps lock. We can say change stream dot on dot of course it's gonna be change. We're gonna fire off something which will have a change parameter inside, and we can pretty much go ahead, and that is where we're gonna go and brother, I am beginner, I am very slow in JS. It is normal. It is not. Yes, it is completely normal. Today we are actually going a bit faster than usual. We are just trying this out so that everybody gets entertained, and I highly recommend that you watch this video so that you actually can see how fast this can be, right? And how fun and fast and powerful this whole development can be. And then go ahead and watch all the other videos. There is a lot of beginner, like very beginner friendly content on this channel. So you can go ahead and watch those, and then come back and watch this one as well. And once you pass through all those videos, you will be able to rush through this one as well, and then you will feel so powerful. Okay, I can guarantee you that. All right, let's go back and say that if the change, okay, so inside of here we are passing in the change. So if change the operation type is actually insert, insert, yeah, okay, I'll learn how to type. Exactly, Alexandro literally dropped the code in here. Okay, so that's what we will be adding. Okay, so if it's insert, we're gonna go ahead and trigger a pusher, which is gonna be a new channel event on the channel stream. And if it's not, we will, so that is literally gonna be watching if we are adding a new channel, right? So remember, when we add a new channel, that's when we actually insert a new document. But when we are adding a new message, we are just updating one of the documents, right? Okay, so that is what is gonna happen here. So we will add an else if and an else statement here. Okay, there is some craziness going on over here. Okay, right. So else if the operation type is in update, so that means a new message gets pushed into the database. Then we're gonna go ahead and trigger the pusher, but in a bit of a different way. So up here we are triggering the channels channel, and we are adding the new channel event. But this time we're gonna be adding the conversation channel, and we're gonna add the new message event, right? And we're just gonna be passing through the change. Let's not worry about that for now. We will make a video on how to make this super seamless and not use too much resource. Okay, and we will also add the console login here. If something is not working perfectly, we're just gonna console log the error triggering pusher. Now, with that done, we literally are done with the backend. So great job. Next up, what we will do is go to our front end, and we will add all this stuff wherever we are retrieving something. So that is gonna be chat.js file, right? So wherever we have a get API call, that's what we wanna make real time. All the others, don't worry about those. So we have the get convo over here. And what we will do is go up here and actually grab this one, which will go ahead and create the instance. So let's actually remove the var. You don't ever want to use var. You want to use const instead. And you want to go ahead and grab this thing, which we will insert after over here. Let's remove the alert, and let's actually add the get function calling over here as well. And we will actually subscribe to which one is it? So it's the chat.js. So we are going to be subscribing to the conversation one, right? And we are going to be subscribing to the new message event. All right. So guys, if this makes sense, let me know, or if it was too fast and I need to go over it again. But before we do anything, let's remove this var. Hey Dinesh, what is up? So add const in here, and that will pretty much go ahead and refresh our conversation, and yeah, that's it. So optimizing it would be like we add a new so optimizing would be that whenever we are passing in a new message, we are just pushing it from the database to here, right? But that would just take too much time to implement, but we will do it in a separate video, okay? So stay tuned for that. We will get all the optimization things in one video, and we will cover it. Okay. Next, let's go ahead and what else do we got? We got the sidebar.js file, and that will be pretty much it for today. Okay, so up here, let's actually add the pusher instance, and what we will do is say const instead of var. And hey, we got another lovely donation by FF. It's 40 rupees. Bro, how should I learn MERN from scratch? Help me. Honestly, by watching these videos. Okay, so I would leave this one to as the last one, but I would go ahead and watch Tinder MERN, then TikTok MERN, WhatsApp MERN, and maybe Instagram MERN, then Facebook MERN, and then coming here. Okay, I think that is like a nice learning curve. So first is just the basics, like how to retrieve and store data in MongoDB, right? So and then you will learn with Instagram and Facebook clone how to actually store images and actually files, because you can, I didn't tell you that time, but you can literally like upload whatever files you want. So if you want to go ahead and upload like a video, you can do that. If you want to go ahead and upload like a PDF file, you can totally do that. But MongoDB has a 500 MB free storage. So if you're exceeding that, it's just not going to be transferred. And next up, I would go here and learn this one, maybe Netflix MERN by yourself. Actually, that's a good idea as well. But I would definitely make one of the Discord clone, maybe an iMessage clone as well, so that you can separate those. So you can see the fundamentals of how to have like different conversations, and then get this one so that you can see that how fast it can be. And if you remove all the chatter that I do and like reflecting and answering all these comments, then you will see like how fast it can be. Okay, and actually let me know in the comments and in the chat if you guys would be interested in seeing us, or either me, Sunny, or whoever will do that, but how we actually prepare to these lives, right? So if you guys are pumped for that, and if you guys want to see us behind the scenes, like how we prepare, so like without an idea of how I started from the beginning till the very end, when it is actually working, drop some fire and let me know, so that we will have a reference and we can show you guys how we actually work on these builds. Okay, and last but not least, we will remove this comment and add the add this inside of here, remove the var, replace it with a const, and why is it okay? And let's actually get the channel list again inside of here. Once we see that we received a new channel, and we just got another donation from FF, 30 rupees. Thank you so much, brother. We really appreciate that, and thank you so much. Okay, what do you think about microservices? Is system design essential? Microservices, I think it's only useful when you're working for like a huge company. Okay. Okay. And we also need to sign up for the channels channel. And now this application actually should be real time once we import all the pusher stuff, because we haven't installed anything. Obviously it's not gonna work like that. Let's go ahead and type in npm I pusher -js and yeah, that will pretty much go ahead and do the work for us. It installs the dependency for the front end. Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate a lot. Okay. and we have it installed. And now what we would do is we need to go to chat.js and actually import it. So we will say import, I said import from pusher-js. We will, and this is actually a capital P, okay? So we are importing with a capital P because we are creating a new instance of it here with a not capital P. I don't know how it's called, but it's not capital definitely, okay? I hope this was clear, but you just need to make sure that this is a capital one. And we will need to make sure that on the sidebar.js, we do the same thing again. Oh my ZSH, that's exactly what I'm using. So we are going to be importing pusher with a capital here as well from pusher.js. With a capital P, and we should be good to go. Okay, let's refresh. Hey, okay, should be good. Let's actually sign in. There we go. And all right, we have the YouTube channel. Let's say we had a new channel like real time lovers. I could have come up with a better name, by the way. Okay, it's refreshing. It's real time actually. So yes. And what we will do is just add a new message like welcome guys, and drop some fire in here. Hey, there we go. This application is real time. Hey, hola Tobias, ¿cómo estás? That was my Spanish knowledge, by the way. Okay, not gonna translate. Okay, not gonna work out. I was literally trying to translate some stuff to Spanish, but not gonna work out. Okay, and now what we will be doing is, because we have a little bit of time until we reach the 2-hour mark. Hey, David makes everything super simple. That was dope. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. And what we will be doing is we will go ahead and actually let's have a chatter in this application, because I'm going to go ahead and deploy this, and we will go ahead and I'm going to just drop it in the chat and we guys can have some fun. Actually, Pusher is going to limit the whole thing because we are 150 in the house. And okay, it is what it is. So the pricing actually says that we can only have 100 concurrent connections with Pusher, but it happens. So let's go ahead and open up Heroku. Yes, and let's actually add, oh, hold on, I wasn't sharing my screen. So this is Heroku. This is where I'm going to be installing the Node.js package. Let's go ahead and create a new app, and I'll say Slack MERN, and let's go ahead create. Oh, hey, so dope music makes you dope. Yes, isn't it? Okay, so what I will do is just go ahead and run this command in the backend over here. Okay, so I don't know what the $sign is, but it just makes your life like not cool. Okay, there we go. And we just added the Heroku git. We'll just go ahead and do a commit and then git push Heroku master. Okay, so we will say git add dot, and we will then go ahead and git commit -am and done. And git commit. Oh, I think I added 3 m's, but it's good that I remember that we need to add a git ignore, otherwise it's gonna go crazy. So say git ignore, and we're gonna add a node modules, and yeah, that's gonna do the work for us because node modules is gonna just kill everything. So okay, and how do I reset git? Oh, okay, it means a command prompt. Okay, so how to undo git dot, And let's see. Okay, git reset. Okay, so I go ahead and say git reset. It's because I've mixed it, and I say git status. So let's go. Okay, we have all the necessary stuff in here. So I'll say go ahead, git a dot. I said dot. Git commit -am done, and say git push Heroku master. And this will actually go ahead and deploy my application. If this was fast, you can check it out any other MERN stack application that we did back in around September or the beginning of September. And David's both coder and host, awesome presentation. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. All right. And what? And yeah, we actually have 150 people in the house. That's awesome. Okay, smash the like button, guys, if you like today's build, and if you're excited to have a chatter in the live Slack clone that I'm just gonna go ahead and deploy quickly. That should have done it. Okay, we should be cool. And what I will, okay, so we have the backend probably, so I would just go ahead and say Heroku logs --tail. And guys, if you actually want to have like a Heroku and all this command line stuff going on, okay, nice. So if you guys are interested in some kind of Heroku crash course or something, let me know in the chat as well as on my Instagram so that we can present those stuff for you. And what I will say is I just paste it in here. Hey, thank you so much. Oh, that way we actually see the comments. So thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Okay, and we have Hello Clever Programmer fam on up here. That means our API is up and running. That's good. That's actually good. Now what I will do is go ahead and inside of axios.js, I will change this link to this, remove the slash, and we should be good to go. Now let's actually test it out if it is actually working. Let's go ahead, sign in. And remember, the front end is still not real time, but actually is real time. Say yo and some rocket. I said rocket. Boom! We got it working. And nice, guys, we just have like 5 minutes left from the stream. Stay here, smash the like button if you're excited. I'm just gonna go ahead, deploy this, and then we will be able to go in here and have some chat. All right, so what I will do, what about backend Stripe implementations, David? Drop me a message on my Instagram. I will do it, but I will not remember this comment. So drop me a message. And cool, and we should be ready to build this. So what I will do is say Firebase init, because I already have my project ready, my Firebase project, so I'm not gonna worry about that. We have done it dozens of times, so we would just make it fast. So we would say hosting, use existing project, and we have the Slack clone over here. And this is actually super important. You want to get rid of the public. You want to go always with build. So it will say build in here, and we will use a single page application, and we will not worry about the GitHub stuff. And we just set up the hosting. We will go ahead and type in npm run build. That will pretty much strip out all the developer stuff like hot reloading and all that stuff, and create an optimized production build. That will just reduce the size to like 5 MB from 200 MB. So it's a pretty nice reducing. And it's still gonna be the awesome React that we know and love, okay? So we're just doing it. It takes a little bit of time while we optimize everything. So hopefully it's gonna be done very fast. And thank you so much, Ram. Really appreciate that. And exactly that is what's happening, what Alexandra's just dropped in. We are running npm run build and firebase deploy. And actually we could have set it up in package.json, but we will actually, we can make a tips and tricks video very soon. So guys, if you're excited for like some kind of other content than just coding and projects, let us know, because that way we will go ahead and do the stuff that you actually request. Okay. I'm excited for that. Now, what is this doing for so much time? The production build should be ready by now. Let's wait a little bit. Okay, there we go. There we go. And what I'm just gonna say is firebase deploy, and we should be good very, very soon. Okay, it's deploying. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go. It's uploading all the files, finalizing version, releasing the version. There we go. And I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this link and test it out. But and guys, we should be good to go in any minute. Not authorized to run this operation. Oh, okay, we have some kind of issue going on in here. Let's go to our Firebase and let's check it out. So Slack clone, authentication. Hey, okay, so we have a couple of people in here. That's actually good. Sign in method. Maybe because this is the wrong link. Add a domain. Okay, let's try it out this way. Let's refresh, because why not? Sign in with, okay, that was it. Okay, let's sign in. Hey, welcome YouTube. Hey guys, yo, what's up everyone? We are live, and let's actually add the red circle here, and let's add some fire, and we are live. We are real time. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it in the YouTube chat. So, and I think I can even add it in Restream chat. Okay, maybe not. So guys, let's go to that link. Let's have some fun. Let's go everybody and come up here, and let's get some, let's get the energy over here. And guys, if you enjoyed today's build, there is a link down below in the description, which is a, okay, you're live. Okay, Mac Talk. All right, we are getting people in here. Nice. Okay, this is working real time. Guys, if we reach the 100, it's gonna like throw the whole thing off, but that's it. And one thing though, so down below in the description there is a link which actually takes you from 0 to hero in React, and that is a Netflix clone. And if you want to take it to the next level, I highly recommend going down there and watch it, and we will totally work this out. So if you enjoyed it, smash the like button, hit that subscribe, go and smash that bell icon as well, so that you do not miss any of our videos. And I think that is it for today. This is David from Clever Programmer, and today we build the Slack clone with MERN stack. Stay tuned, we're gonna be dropping some bangers very soon, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.